What is up, my dudes? This is Trent with the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. It is week 16. We're going to be previewing all the matchups, giving you our picks, plays, favorite matchups, all that good stuff like I just said. I am joined by Jordan, Seth, and believe it or not, Phil is here. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. Let me know. Seth has been bragging for about the last 5 minutes how he ate a whole charburger from the Habit in, 2 minutes, which I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad.
Double charburger, a minute 30. Okay,
Nice.
get it right.
Can we just agree it's very weird that Seth is timing himself how fast he can eat food, Phil? Can you agree with that?
Yeah, he said something about straight down the pipe, or I don't know what he said, but it was like a minute 30 straight down the pipe. And I was just like, all right,
Very
good
cool,
work,
man.
brother.
It's another word for your throat, Phil. I don't know if you ever heard of
Gullet.
that one, but
Another word for your gullet. All right,
Yep.
can I break down something?
Sure.
I'm still hungry too. This is bad.
Yeah, you look
Cool,
like
man.
it. All right, so here's what I'll say. So I came to Texas, right? I'm in Texas currently. I came to Texas thinking about low prices. When you guys think of Texas, don't you guys think of low prices? I'm a little bit of a, I'm not stingy necessarily. What's the word I'm looking for here, Trent?
Cheap,
Frugal.
annoying, won't do anything that
Yeah.
costs more than $8. What do you want me to say here?
That's all valid. So I'm in desperate need of a haircut. If you're watching this pod over on YouTube, and if you're not, you need to go watch this pod over on YouTube. My hair is out of
been a week.
control. Like it doesn't look as bad as Trent's hair. I'll give myself that.
I'll be
But
honest,
it
Phil.
looks-
I think your hair looks way better than what it normally does. Jordan, would you agree with that?
Yeah. I think your beard needs to shave, though. You need to shave your
Yes,
facial hair.
yes, yeah. I will say my wife said, "What's going on with your facial hair?" And I said, "I forgot my razor at home." And she said, "Well, you will buy one here." And I said, "I agree with you 100%." So
She
that
said the
happened.
dollar store. Does the dollar store sell razors? That's what Phil said.
No, the problem is I can't go that. I'm not going to go completely clean shaven. But here's the thing. I need a haircut. I'm at that point where I might shave my head again if I don't get a haircut. So I'm looking up just random places in Texas. I'm in like just north of Dallas, but I was looking in Dallas for a haircut. There is a haircut, get this, Trent, for $57. $57, and it's a first-time client express
Seth,
cut. $57.
mute your milkshake mic.
Can you believe that?
I'm sorry.
$57. $57 for a haircut. Can you guys believe that?
I can believe that. That's why I only get my haircut done at Supercuts. It's $20 a month. So if you're spending
Okay.
more than that, it's just like it's cheap.
Okay. So it's a 45-minute consultation. I say consultation in air quotes.
Whoa!
This
Did
is
you get
why-
this done? Did you get a $50 haircut done? Are you
Not
going
yet.
to?
I'm not going to. I'm going to a different place. But I saw this and I was like, I must read this on the pod. So during the consultation, we will get to know you. I'm sure you need that, Trent. You don't have a lot of friends. That'd be nice if you actually got to know someone. We'll get to know you. We'll get to know you. We'll get to know your lifestyle and your hair goals so that we can provide you with a tailored cut that has you feeling confident and ready to take on the day. I don't know about any of you guys, but I have zero hair goals. No hair goals, besides the fact that I don't want to go
Well, you kind of
bald
need a
or
haircut.
gray.
Yeah, you kind of need a
I
haircut.
need a haircut.
So that
Yeah,
would be a
but
goal.
who is willing to pay $57 to talk to someone about their hair goals? That makes me insane that someone would even pay that or would put that on their website. Who talks about understanding someone's hair goals for $57? You have to admit that is a very weird, like, marketing call to action.
No, that's weird, but I don't know. So I
Thing
kinda
is, though,
want-
like
no, go Seth.
if you come out looking like Brad Pitt, I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah,
I'm 5'6", 250 pounds. There's no way I'm coming looking like Brad Pitt.
Cameron adds 5 pounds. Man, we got Mike Tolbert on the pod.
Well, at least maybe
anyways,
from your neck up, you could. I don't know.
I
I
don't know.
should be clear though. There's no way. I'm well under 200 pounds.
No,
I'm under 200
Well, we should also be
pounds, but
clear.
I'm-
His first statement was correct.
Okay.
Yeah, 5'6", under 250 pounds.
No,
Anyhow,
yeah.
there's no way. It's like I
5'4",
want to understand my
250.
Phil, I have a question, though.
Understand my hair goals. What are we talking about?
What do you pay at home? I know you pay more than what I pay, and I pay 35.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's
No,
not
it's
like
right.
you're that far off.
It's fine. He pays. What? Seth?
No,
The dirty truth.
I-
Let's hear it.
I pay around that much, and I go to someone who I would trust my life with, so I should probably
I
pay him a
got
little
you.
bit more.
I got you.
Listen to the pod, pay him around the same amount, maybe a little bit more. But
I think his
this is
prices just went up after hearing this consultation you're going to go through.
There is no one there. There's no way on God's green earth am I paying $57 for a 45-minute consultation to hear about someone's life story. It's like, dude, you should be paying me. I have no desire to talk to a barber about like my life goals, especially my hair goals. Like, what are we talking about?
I'll be honest. I feel like people could, I don't know who would pay. I might pay you for you to leave me alone. I don't know if I would pay you to talk to me, but you know what I'm saying? But I get your point. But
I hate talking to myself, happens all the time on my commute to work. Like I just, at some point
you just have to work from home. That makes it even more concerning. Okay. Hey, before we jump into, the games, we're not sure exactly what we're doing for content next week with, Wednesday being on Christmas and Christmas Eve. It's going to be crazy. We'll try to get something to you at the very least. Is everybody's Christmas shopping done? And I'm going to have this all bookmarked in the bottom. You guys can skip past this if you are just a, NFL Scrooge. Christmas shopping done. Jordan, have you got everybody that needs a gift accounted for?
I haven't even started.
Okay, that's okay. Seth, how are you doing, buddy?
I don't know. I got my wife something, and that's probably good enough. I mean, I'm not in charge of buying things for my kids. I just let my wife take care of the rest of it. So, yeah, I'm probably done. I don't know.
Phil, how are you doing? How are you doing,
I'm exactly the same as Seth. My wife is responsible for our kids' gifts. With I will choose a couple gifts here or there. I've done like some stocking stuffers for her, but I have not done any like real gifts because I'm not going to be in town for Christmas. Does that make sense? Like I get a little bit of a buffer.
Yeah, you get a little bit of a buffer. That's true. I am kind of like
Phil, real quick, Phil, just a quick comment. How does this work? Like, since you're not in town for Christmas, are you like, did you guys like ship all the gifts to your new place?
And let's not have any Santa spoilers here either, okay? Sometimes kids do us in this pod, just for what it's worth.
Hold on. Not all presents are from Santa.
I know, I understand. I don't want you to go any farther. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just
I'm asking, are you like waiting till you get home to give gifts? Do the gifts go with you on the plane?
Just for what it's worth, Jordan, Trent did not have to overreact like that for your question. Yeah. It's a valid question. And a lot of people wondering where Santa's going to be dropping our gifts off, right? Especially my kids. Santa is dropping my gifts off at my parents' house, which we will get at a later date once we get back home. But here, Mom and Dad brought stocking stuffers so that we can open them. So just a little, that's how we take care of it here. Yes, thank you. I don't know why Trent is acting like...
I know the big guy is going to take care of your kids. I was just asking, the gifts from Mom and Dad. They go with you on the plane or, they stay at home.
Trent, I'm just curious. Is there no chimney at this place? Like, why does he have to do that at your house? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Trent, just because you look like Santa doesn't mean you make the rules.
I'm surprised you're able to get on the pod and aren't making toys right now, Mr. Elf. But,
that was pretty good, I will admit.
You work for Trent.
That was yeah. I'll give you one. I'll give you one as you're cuddled up there with your hot Coke underneath your seat. So it's a good question.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, I put out a December hate list on X. I put that there was football related. We'll go to the end of the pod. No, I'm not on it. I'm not on it. I will break that down at the end of the pod.
Then.
I think we should jump into football now. It's been 9 minutes. We have not jumped into football right now. We can just, kind of browse a little bit of news right now. Phil's been firing shots. He's been firing haymakers at Jordan. Jordan's just been taking them. Last time Phil was on the pod, we talked all about quarterbacks getting paid, right? That's fair to say. Kirk Cousins no longer quarterback. Phil wanted to say, hey, he got paid. Jordan, like, what's up with this? And then did we have another? Oh, and Winston. No, Jameis Winston. That was on my hate list. Jameis Winston not getting to play against the Bengals. I feel like Goodell honestly should step in and do the right thing here. Just be like, hey, he needs to be the guy. Like, is this fair to say that this might be tanking almost to an extent? Because DTR is not that good. I think we've seen enough out of him to know he's not going to get the job done. Jameis might push this game to the limit. Jordan, do you agree with that? Or do you think is this borderline tanking? Do we got some tampering going on here by not playing Jameis? Or do you think they just want to see what they got?
I mean, like, I think they want to see what they got. I think they spent a draft pick on DTR a couple years ago, but like, it's not like Jameis has been not as good the last couple weeks.
He hasn't, but Judy has been. So I don't know if DTR can keep Judy going. Like Judy's feeding.
Probably not.
Yeah, Judy's been a fantasy darling. I think we could say league winner. Like what do you have? He had 100 yards. I can't remember how many catches and stuff he had, but I don't know if DTR keeps that going. And so I'm getting a lot of questions on X. Like, do we still start Judy? I think you kind of have to, but I think you have to temper your expectations. He's probably back to that like wide receiver 3 spot, maybe. Is that fair to say with a different QB?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think DTR can really throw. So like, he can run, but he can't really throw.
Okay, and then
Here's the thing. I think it's tampering betting odds. Like why have we betting odds this entire year have been off, right? People will go for it on like 4th and 1 with literally time expiring and they're down by 2 touchdowns. Like, why are they not starting Jameson? I think it goes into the, put your tinfoil hat on. I think it's a little sketchy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's the tinfoil with Jameson. I will not tell.
With JMO at the helm, the total is going to be higher. Do you not agree?
With him at the helm, the total definitely will be higher. I will say that.
Exactly. So they're messing with the totals. That's my problem.
Okay. All right. Should we jump into the game, start going these game by game?
Hold on. I have one piece of news. Sorry, it's not football related. It's basketball related. So Jordan, this is more for you. So the Phoenix Suns have announced a new concession price. Have you heard about this, Jordan?
Yeah, I saw it.
$2 hot dogs previously were $9. $2 waters previously $8.50. $2 sodas previously $6.50, and $2 chips previously $7. Like, you have to admit, like, your NBA teams are getting behind the old football rules and dropping their prices. What do you think about that, Jordan?
Sounds like a cheap dinner.
What I thought Phil was going to say is, like, hey, dude, do you think they offer haircuts there too? Because he might drive 8 hours from Dallas to go get a haircut. I honestly thought that's where you were going with this, Phil. So hey, thanks for sharing that.
I will. I mean, and they don't charge for ranch. Like, if you wanted ranch on your hot dog for some reason or another, it's not 50 cents extra. So all I am saying is the Phoenix Suns are catching onto this wave, and I think they are the first West Coast team to adopt this type of strategy to enable people to be able to actually enjoy their games. So hats off to the Phoenix Suns being the first West Coast team to be able to be a team of the people. I feel like we should give them a round of applause.
All right. Well, we found Phil's new favorite team. Please don't clap the mic anymore. It's really annoying. All right. Let's Phil, you got the lines ready? You got that pulled up?
Well, hold on. Do we want Jordan to tell us who won last week?
I was going to go to that next.
It was me again. I know.
Seth
it was actually not you, Seth.
Oh, your face, nerd.
Well, I mean, it was you, but it also wasn't only you.
So I still won.
I continued to suck in this game. I went 10-6 and got last. And then the three of you jokers decided to tie each other at 13-3, all 3 apiece. So I had to do real fractions here, and you guys all got 0.33 on your totals. So that brings Seth still winning at 6.33, Trent at 4.83, Phil at 2.33, and I'm still stuck at 1.5 on the win totals. So.
Seth has found his calling in life this year, I feel like, with the whole, pick'ems. Like, he is actually good at this. The fact that he went on a complete burner, had a perfect week. Seth, say what you want about Seth, like his fashion, like the guy's wearing a beanie inside right now. He's actually pretty good at pick'ems. So
you're wearing a sweatshirt inside, so not much difference.
I think there's a difference. Jordan's wearing a sweatshirt too. But anyways, all right, Phil, I'm not going to argue. Lions do not worry about the
hat on his head.
Yeah, well, that's why I need to get it.
Oh, it's his hair. My bad.
All right, I'm going to move on here.
All right, hop into the games, buddy.
All right. This is Thursday Night Football. We have the Broncos at Chargers. Current total right now is 42.5. LA Chargers favored by 3 at home, coming off a loss. What are we talking about here, boys? I mean, we don't have any starts nor sits in this game. Anything that you guys want to cover here on this one, the Broncos versus Chargers? I will say there's probably people starting Bo Nix, right? I've seen that happening. What are we thinking here?
I'm thinking that the Chargers, since J.K. Dobbins has been injured, and I think this is common knowledge, they just can't run the ball anymore. Like, I don't know if it's the line's the same. I don't think they had a lineman injury, but it's like Gus Edwards and Vidal are not the same. I think Herbert's going to have to throw the ball. I think the biggest problem with this game is how the NFL flexed this game. This game was on Sunday. They flexed it with another game. I can't remember what that was. They did it 14 days ago. So there's a lot of stories coming out of fans that plan to go to a Sunday game. Now they don't get to go because they moved the game to a Thursday. One that really is popular right now is there's a dad that son is deployed. He's coming home, and he was going to go to this game with his son. His son doesn't get home till Friday. He doesn't get to go to the game with his son now because of this. So there's just little things like that. Like the NFL probably shouldn't flex games the day they're played on, right? You know, Mara came out from the New York Giants and said, at some point we got to get after. We can't just flex games like say, hey, this game was a Sunday, and all you people traveling, from out of state with flights and stuff like that, we're now moving it to a Thursday. So if you're not coming, you don't get to come. I know TV is king, but they probably shouldn't be able to flex days, and I'm all for flexing games for the most part, but I do think they shouldn't change a Sunday to a Thursday like they've done here. But I think we probably don't need to talk about that more. But Phil, you'd be mad if you got tickets to go fly to see the Seahawks and they moved the game to a Thursday, 2 weeks
for
before
sure.
the game. Was it 2 weeks, Jordan? It wasn't that long ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, so it was within it's even 28 days I don't think is enough time. And the NFL said they were going to try to, if they did this, go 28 days. So I don't think that's enough. But guys you like in this game, Jordan, Ladd McConkey, I don't know if I want to play Nix after what he did last week. And I'm the biggest Nix truther out there, I would say. I like Bo Nix. What do you like on the Broncos side? Anything we like on the Broncos side here,
Just
Jordan?
Sutton.
Broncos defense.
Broncos defense, Sutton.
I feel, man, after last Thursday, having Cooper Kupp go out there and give me the old goose egg, I don't really want to play anyone other than for sure guys on Thursdays. But Broncos defense, they've been solid. But here's the thing with Broncos defense. Herbert's thrown, one interception in his last, how many throws? He was going off of a record, right? So I don't know.
Yeah, but
17 touchdowns to 1 interception, or what was it again?
I think he went he hasn't thrown an interception since week 5. So
yeah, but he'll still take sacks and stuff. Trent.
Yeah, you don't.
And
have
if they're going to be
Also
throwing
like this Thursday too.
yeah,
but I
like Stone Smart too. Stone Smart.
I was going to Stone.
I don't know if I like his props probably more than maybe him as a play fantasy. Like Trent, Brenton Strange or Stone Smart.
I'm Brenton Strange. I think he's.
Yes.
I'm leading Strange right now too.
11 catches last week. I think Strange is the guy you got to go with.
So quick stat for you: for every 16 TDs Justin Herbert throws, he will throw 2 interceptions. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, no, he's good with the football. So. And I don't hate Quentin Johnson. It is a Thursday, though. So I think Quentin Johnson, back-to-back games, double-digit scoring, back-to-back games with the TD. I know we don't like to talk about him on this pod.
I am scarred from Quentin Johnson at SoFi Stadium on Island games. So,
Okay.
That's pretty much scarred me for life.
That's fair. The Island game, I can understand that. Prime time.
I mean, we all watched in person him drop 3 balls in an Island game at SoFi. So
three-fourths of it.
Johnson.
3/4 of you guys did because I didn't get the invite. But yeah, no, that's for sure.
That is 100% inaccurate. False. I have the text messages.
Speaking of being freaking cheap,
Said anything else you like here in this game?
I have McConkey in a league, and I'm really happy about it. So I really like McConkey here. One thing that's nice about that, at least with the Broncos defense, is McConkey he plays out of that slot receiver, that slot role, and Pat Surtain or Surtain, I don't know which way to say it, does not play in the slot corner. I know the rest of the Broncos defense is good, but that is a big deal because Pat Surtain is one of the best guys in the league right now.
Yeah, and Chargers are the 12th best fantasy matchup for wide receivers right now, giving up 25.7 fantasy points per game to the position at half-point PPR. I don't know if we need to dive into this one anymore. We can jump into the Saturday games. What are we thinking with picks here? This game is in LA.
I'm going Broncos.
I'm going Chargers.
Chargers for Phil.
I'm going Chargers.
I'll go one up one here. I'm going to go Broncos. Take Broncos here. So Phil.
So Seth took the Broncos.
Let's ride.
Oh, Seth did take Broncos. Yeah, let's ride. That's right. All right. Phil.
All right. Moving on here, we have the Texans at Chiefs. Current total right now is 40.5. Houston is actually favored by Trent. Is that right? Houston is favored in Kansas. Oh, because Patrick Mahomes is not playing.
This has not been updated since Tuesday.
Favored by 3.5.
Okay.
Chiefs favored by 3.5.
Yeah, this was on Tuesday, so it's probably changed.
Even is Patrick playing? I didn't know.
He practiced
full.
Okay, so Patty is playing. So what are we thinking here? This is kind of a boring game for me. This is a boring game.
Just play your guys.
Steelers this isn't the. Yeah. Fun fact here: Aaron Rodgers has thrown for more TD passes than C.J. Stroud and Patrick Mahomes this season.
Combined?
Wow.
No, each, not combined. So he's each guy. So that just shows you what Aaron Rodgers has done this year, and he's gotten a lot. They've done the Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers stats comparisons. It's very similar this year, but Mahomes has won the games
and one doesn't.
Yeah, but Rodgers on a cursed team. You all heard that. You saw Mahomes got all his linemen those gifts there. He got him the what's it called? Oakleys, some of those long boots, like heating boots, Rolex watches, Yeti ice chest. I think the Yeti ice chest is kind of lame. I feel like everybody has an ice chest. As much as like I would like Yeti ice chest, do those guys really need like an extra ice chest? The red ice chest, nice touch though. I'm sure they appreciated it. Xavier Worthy time, Jordan. I had a good game last week. You feel like
I think that the Houston secondary is beatable for sure. So eventually one of these weeks he's gonna catch a bomb, right? It's just gonna happen. So
is Hollywood Brown coming back soon?
I don't mind it. I thought he's out for the year.
No, there's been rumors that he's coming back.
He might come back.
Yeah, I think it's
that would be
next week maybe.
That offense.
Yeah, it's a big
huge boost to that offense.
Pacheco bounce back game. I thought Pacheco was going to play really well last week after, they fined him $47,000 and he only gets paid like $55,000 a game. He basically lost his whole paycheck, 5 days after the game, after a review, and then goes out there and does absolutely nothing. So I think Pacheco, I don't like this spot for Joe Mixon, and Joe Mixon's carried your fantasy team the whole entire season. Like, this is a very bad Joe Mixon spot. You're hoping for a touchdown carry. He might get it, but I don't think you're going to get that volume, though, like what you're used to.
Trent, you might not even have Joe. You might not be in playoffs anymore if you have Joe Mixon.
Because what he had like 8 points last week.
Yeah.
The thing with Mixon, though, is he wasn't like your RB1. Like, he was like an 8th round pick. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You might be there with Mixon. Texans, you're playing. You're playing Nico Collins, probably Joe Mixon, and I don't think you're playing anyone else. Chiefs side.
Nope.
Pacheco?
I don't know.
Pacheco?
I think you're playing Kelsey for sure. I think Kelsey's the only guy you're playing for sure. I think I've just been riding Mahomes. If you're still in playoffs with Mahomes, you probably just keep playing him, right? The Texans secondary is not a bad matchup, so it
might worry you though, Jordan, like with the injury. It just takes another hit when you're already hurt like that. I know he's tough. But when you have it going into a game injured, you maybe, you're more susceptible to getting hurt again, not as mobile, right?
Or on the flip side, he gets the ball out quick and he just has a lot of quick passes.
Maybe, yeah, true.
Which makes me like Kelsey a lot in this game.
Okay. I'm going to go
going
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I'm going Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I have to go Chiefs.
Phil, what are you doing? You going to go Texans? You're in Texas, for goodness sake.
I'm going Texans.
Just pushed him right into that. Put him in a corner. What do we got next, Phil?
I will say one of my children has decided that they are a Cowboys fan, and I almost
That is pitiful.
How does it feel to fail as a parent, Phil?
It's not a great feeling. I will tell you that.
Some things though, like you're like, is this a hill worth dying on? I don't know. I haven't gotten to that position.
Here's the thing. We've been to this part of Texas multiple times. Cowboys training facility is here. I feel like I could coach it out of them. Like I could be like, hey, I know you like Texas. They're not that great of a team. Their quarterback sucks. A lot of their fans are not good as well. Like we just gotta, it's just a phase. That's all I'm saying. There'll be a
For what it's
Seahawks
worth,
fan in-
though, you should go to that training facility. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think we're going actually.
Yeah, that's a great way to make your kid not be a fan. Also, to like, hey, we're gonna go to the training facility. Like, oh, and you want a T-shirt. Oh, and you want a pin. And okay.
Well, this is what I actually did: is I put a photo of a known Cowboys fan who might also be on the pod up in our kitchen and said, "This guy likes the Cowboys too." And I'm hoping over a couple of days that they'll realize like that's the type of fans the Cowboys attract, and so they'll just forget about it in a couple of weeks.
Is it the same one they have of me up at the post office? All right, Phil, what's the next game we got?
All right, it is. We have the next Saturday game. We have Steelers at Ravens. Current total right now is 44.5. Baltimore currently favored by 6.5, coming off the Steelers' loss last week. This is a big AFC North game, and I think both teams kind of need to win here. No?
Yeah, you need to win. You need to win here. Lamar played on great game last week, right? I think he comes out here, tries to get, the MVP talks to go back his way after, we all talked about, everyone on X, at the very least X, talked about Lamar being MVP for about 5 minutes. Then Josh Allen went out there and ran for 2 touchdowns. So in the first half, so Allen kind of stole the thunder there.
So Steelers actually need this more than the Ravens, Trent.
Absolutely.
Steelers are 10-4, Ravens are 9-5. Steelers need this win here to edge out the Ravens.
Yeah. So I don't.
Don't they both need this win?
They both
because if the Ravens want to win the division, they got to win the game.
No, but I think that if the Steelers, well, yes, of course, but if the Steelers lose, they don't get. I don't think there's a chance for getting a first round bye. And they do have a chance of it still.
But if the Ravens lose, they don't have a chance of a first round bye either.
Yeah, no, it's a big game.
Tomato, Jordan.
Here's what I'll say about this game. Last time this game happened, we all got super excited for Russell Wilson. Like this Ravens secondary is, what is it? Swiss cheese. And then the game went out, but it was a classic Steelers-Ravens game, low scoring. Do we think we get that again? Like, do you want to come back to this matchup and say, hey, I want to play my guys? Like Derrick Henry. Well, Watt might not play. That's a big deal. No Watt would be a big deal.
Russell Wilson has been a lot worse without George Pickens.
He's been a lot worse, and we don't know if Pickens is coming back. I have Pickens in a lot of leagues, and that's messed me up.
I don't think he's playing.
I don't think he is either. Does anyone have the cans? Seth, do you have the cans to roll Calvin Austin out there?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that guy's the same height as Phil.
No, he's tiny. He's tiny.
But not as good looking.
Yeah, maybe a better haircut. Maybe a better haircut. At the moment. At the moment, Phil. You
current moment.
Yeah. Calvin Austin. I think the only guy I really want to play on the Steelers here is Freiermuth. I don't want to play Najee because it's a bad matchup and you're depending on a touchdown. Maybe Warren if you're really beat up at running back. Ravens side, you can talk me into Bateman, Andrews, Derrick Henry. Is there anyone outside of those guys I just said right there? And Andrews might even be a far-fetched play that I'm saying right there. But I think it's Lamar. Bateman maybe gets a TD. and Derrick Henry are your main guys, and then Freiermuth on the Steelers. I don't know if I want to play anyone outside of Freiermuth in this matchup.
I agree.
If Pickens plays, you probably have to fire him up, though.
I like the Steelers offense as a whole if Pickens plays.
Yeah, because Ravens are a top 5 matchup for fantasy quarterbacks, opposing quarterbacks. And for wide receivers, they're number 2 matchup. And running backs, very bad matchup. So I'm going to say Ravens win this game. It's in Baltimore, correct?
I got Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens here.
Phil, go with Russ, man. Come on, you're in Texas.
No, I'm not even doing it because you said that. Steelers, baby.
I see.
Iron Curtain.
I just talking him into. What if Phil goes undefeated this week? How big of a numbskull will I feel like?
You should
Pretty
always
big
feel
one.
like in school. But this is just another reason. All right, let's move on here. We have Saturday night football. We have this is Sunday night football.
Sunday night.
Bucks. Sunday night football. Bucks at Dallas. The current total right now is 49.5. Tampa Bay is currently favored by 3.5. This is a interesting situation here. I really wanted to go to this game. Tickets were $40 for standing room only. Should I have convinced my brother-in-law to go to this game?
Well, it is Wednesday night, so yeah, you could still go if you wanted to do that. And you could be one of those mad rushes where you sprint out there and do it. You really should, Phil. Why not?
I should have gone, right?
No.
Hold
you
on.
Still,
You
you still can go. You still can go.
Can
you
I
have
make a
something
comment
planned?
before we go any further?
Yeah,
Trent?
make your comment. Yeah.
Is Phil holding his microphone?
Yes, he's holding his microphone.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What's wrong with that?
Why don't you just get a microphone? Like, put your microphone in something.
It was too much to pack in my travel, and so I didn't do it.
Put it in a cup.
Use something like this. It's not even a mic stand. Find a jar and put your mic in it.
Find a jar, Phil.
Literally.
God.
Why? No, why is Phil saying I should? Are you going to go watch Wicked again? Or like, what's the deal? Like, you have another plan now for Sunday night? Like,
I don't know. I feel like I should go, right? I mean, YOLO.
yeah, it's $40.
Oh,
So.
yes,
Yeah,
just go.
Just
don't
go.
understand
I think
why
this is
a
game.
conversation.
This I think is game of the week. You got Baker Mayfield who can throw all over these guys. Baker's top
sure.
5 QB potentially like stats wise in the NFL right now. And I actually think Cooper Rush can stay in this game. Like I don't hate streaming Cooper Rush this week. The Bucks are the third best defense to play against in fantasy football for quarterbacks, and then for wide receivers. I'm not seeing them here on my list. I'm sure they're on there, though. But I think this is a good spot where Dallas's offense can actually, Rush is peppering CeeDee Lamb, Rico Dottle, since the Dak Prescott injury has been really good. Like, I think this is a good game to go to. And with the standing room only, there is not a bad
Do you want to know
seat.
how much the standing room only tickets are?
You said $40.
I'm going to embarrass myself even more. You want to know? Take a guess.
25.
Jordan,
30.
Seth.
40
10.
40 seem cheap to me. Is it 140? What is it?
$17.
Yeah.
How much does it sit in a seat, Phil?
Okay, so sit in a seat.
You're going the time of year where the Cowboys aren't good, and you can get in that stadium cheaper than normal. You really should go. I don't know why you're not doing it, but you're gonna have to get there early and sprint. You'll probably hurt yourself.
I didn't say I wasn't going to go.
No, you said I
How
should.
much sit in a seat? How much you sit in a seat?
The cheapest sitting in a seat is $51.
Just go
get
sit
a
in a
seat.
seat for $51.
Phil,
This
you
is
have
not
a bad.
complicated, Phil.
You have a bad back, for goodness sake. Like, you're gonna run to the standing room only, then you're gonna pull your back.
What about your
standing all the
wrist?
time.
Think about your
Yeah.
wrist.
Think about your wrist. You can
Phil,
take your
just
carpal
pay the
tunnel.
extra $30 to sit in a seat. This is not a complicated idea here.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
You make $30 sitting on your toilet responding to emails. Okay, come on, let's go.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you. Sometimes he needs to be. Phil, you like
Am
this
I
is
wrong?
Yeah, Sunday night football for $17, Phil. You really should go to this game.
I don't take
Absolutely.
life advice from you, number one. Number two, I will
Yeah, and
consider
we could
it.
all tell that's why you're where you're at. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, you definitely should go to this game for $17. It is
Yeah,
the
I
busy
think-
season, guys. It is Christmas, so there might be more to this. Why he can't do this?
At minimum, I should go to this game. I think I should just go.
Yes,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yes,
this is
you're
a great
going.
game,
Perfect.
Phil.
This is a
You
good
were
game.
going
This,
to that
Buy the
game.
this
tickets
is the
right
best.
now.
This is the best game of the week, Phil. This is
All right.
a highest
Phil,
total.
let me make this even simpler for you. You have family where you're at. Have them watch the kids. Go on a date night. Go on a date night in Dallas. Take your wife to the freaking game. You probably can get a date, $150 between the food and the tickets. You know, go make a date night. There's a couple cool
And it's adventurous.
I think there's a couple-
It's adventurous. You're sprinting to the front of the standing room only. Like, have you seen when those doors open, Phil? That's classic. Like,
Oh,
Hey,
is
there's
that
a
for
really
standing
cool,
room only?
that's the standing room
like a
only. Those
really-
people just
yeah.
jolt for the front, Phil. Like, get there early, and right when those doors bust, just pretend you're breaking
Just
down the
get a
walls of
seat,
Troy.
Phil, just get a seat. Just get a seat.
Phil, you have to go experience this just sprinting through the doors right when they open the gate. Like, just be like Seabiscuit, man. Like, just let loose. Put on your
Should I
running
wear my
shoes,
Seahawks
brother.
jersey?
Yeah, do whatever you
No.
want. No one will care.
There's no way you brought that.
I did bring a Seahawks shirt just in case.
That's fine. No, you definitely should. I think this is game of the week. Guys, I'm willing to play in this game. I think you can play Cooper Rush, Jordan. It seems crazy, but I think you can do it. I think there's a 15-point floor there, and I like him more than CJ Stroud this week, for sure.
That's fair.
Baker Mayfield, Mike Evans, McMillan in a pinch, CeeDee Lamb. Ferguson hasn't been great. I like Rico Dowdle, though. I think that's kind of everyone. Running backs, Bucky Irving, he kind of burned me last week. What do you think about Bucky, Jordan?
I think it's Bucky over White still. I like Bucky.
Seth, what are you thinking about Bucky?
I think if you have White, you're probably still playing him though. Like I do, and I feels pretty nice that he's at least put up, a really good game 2 weeks ago, and then last week was pretty serviceable. I think half point was like 12, almost 13 points. So like it's pretty nice to get out of a guy who's not supposed to be doing much. With this game being a high total, maybe it ends up being nice. I don't know. Also, the nice thing about it too is I think receiving out of the backfield versus being a receiver against these Cowboys secondary guys might be better as a running back here than a receiver, just in my opinion. But
So I'm just worried about Bucky with the back injuries because, like I said this, and it backfired on me. The reason I didn't want to play Bucky last week was the back injury. You drop your mouthpiece and go pick it up, you maybe re-injure your back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know these guys are on painkillers, stuff like that, but I'm not at that point where I'm like, it just seems so risky playing a guy because 2 weeks ago he got hurt and didn't play anymore. So maybe he's getting better after, just sitting out all week. But Phil, do you agree with the mouthpiece logic?
Yeah, I've seen you pull your back out trying to tie your shoe. So yeah, totally possible.
Yeah. That's rich coming from you.
I've seen you throw your back out chewing gum. All right, let's just choose this game.
I'm going Cowboys.
Tampa.
I'm going Buccaneers.
Phil's going to be there. Vibes are going to be high. He's going to be swinging a rally towel, going crazy. He's going to be running, through there. Hopefully he can catch his breath by
Trent,
kickoff.
If I go to this game, I'm going to Target before, and I'm buying a knockoff Cowboys jersey and wearing it to the game in your honor.
That is the nicest thing you could ever do for me. Like, I'm holding back tears right now. Like, seriously.
I will
So
do
Dallas-
that for you.
Thank
I will
you,
do that
Dan.
for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you paint
No,
your face?
okay, hold
too?
on. Can we do this? If I go to the game, I'm choosing Dallas. If I don't go to the game, I'm choosing the Bucks. Can we do that?
So you're choosing Dallas because you're going to the game. All right.
I will give him that, but we need picture proof that he's at the game. He can't just be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I was there, guys." Like, you
All
know what
right,
I'm
moving
saying?
on,
Like,
dude.
he has a tendency to spread exaggerate the truth. Like, I could see him going to like one of that place in Dallas where you watch the game in the end zone. You know what I'm talking about?
That
They
looks
have
pretty
that there.
cool.
That's probably more
Yeah.
expensive than going to the game, though. But I could see
for
him
sure.
doing that and being like, "Yeah, I'm at the game." So, anyways, All right. What do we got next?
Moving
What do we
on
got
here.
next, Phil?
We have Lions at Bears. Bears have basically no will to live. They're out of the playoff contention. Total is 47.5. Detroit is favored by 6.5. Dan Campbell apparently went on some live radio broadcasts and was using some choice wording, but can kind of understand that after winning 11 games straight and then losing 2 in a row.
Yeah, and having your quarterback throw for almost 500 yards and no interceptions and 4 TDs and not winning the game, yeah, I was just worried as I have to edit this out. I thought you were going to quote him verbatim, Phil. So thank you for keeping it. Feels like it. And then he said, absolutely. The problem with the Lions is they got absolutely, that was the body bag game. They lost every single player, it's just every time you looked away there, here comes the meat wagon, carrying guys out. So I don't David Montgomery absolutely destroyed, one of my didn't help my team. He didn't destroy it, but I have shares of Montgomery. You're
already in the gutter on that one.
Yeah, we are a huge Montgomery pod. I have Montgomery in a lot of leagues. So this is a Montgomery pod. Gibbs, league winner, safe to say.
Yeah, absolute monster now.
Yeah, Sonic lost Knuckles. Seth, I know you're a huge Sonic guy. Are you gonna go see Sonic 3, Seth?
I haven't seen any of them, so no.
1 and 2 are actually pretty good. I've watched both of them recently, so pretty good. Jordan, cool. Laporta, what are we thinking?
I think Jameson, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think Laporta's fine. I don't know. I like DJ Moore, Keenan Allen on the Bears side. This Lions secondary is beatable. Caleb always seems to get there in garbage time. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really bummed about Montgomery being hurt. So, I'm trying to figure that out.
It jacks you, too, because you had him in a league. Does this make it easier or harder for your Khalil Shakir Jameson start, Jordan?
I don't know if it really makes a difference, to be honest.
Okay. I think it's about the same.
Know. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I got to make the decision again for the 3rd straight week.
How about, let us know in the comments if you think Jordan should go with Jameson or Khalil Shakir, guys. Just help us out at tffdudes on YouTube. Give us a like, give us a sub member. Don't be rude. Share the dudes. Today's episode's brought to you by our friends over at Sleeper. Head over to Sleeper, absolute best place to play fantasy football. Dudes 100, they'll match you up to $100 in the whole dynamic payouts, guys. Phil, I don't know if we need to dig any deeper into this game, right? Tim Patrick, Jordan.
No. Lions.
Yes or no?
Sure.
3 TDs
I don't
in 2
think
games?
we need it there, but
okay.
I got Lions.
Yeah, Lions by a lot.
Detroit, the Electric City. Phil, next.
All right, moving on here. We have Browns at Bengals. Rip Jameis Winston. Bengals are currently favored by 7.5, and the total is 46.5. I think we can go kind of quick on this one, boys. Start your studs on the Bengals. And really, you're hoping Jerry Jeudy ends up being at 3, wide receiver 3. What are we talking about here?
Chase Brown.
Jamar Chase.
Jerome Ford.
T. Higgins.
Maybe in the
I guess you play Jerome Ford.
I think
I said start your studs, right? I said start your studs on the
Ford is the guy I probably like the most on the Browns after the QB change. I'm still bitter about this, but I'm going Bengals. Rivalry game.
I got
always
Cincinnati.
That, but yeah,
Bengals here.
Bengals all the way across.
The Tigers.
All right, moving on here. We have Cardinals at Panthers in what's probably going to be the most electrifying game of the weekend. Kyler Murray is saying he's going to get a touchdown to his tight end. Who knows what that actually looks like?
You see them try to do the shovel pass?
I saw it. It was rough.
It was sad.
Yeah. Total is 46.5. Arizona's favored by 4.5.
Chuba Hubbard, fire him up. Thielen, I think you can play him too. PPR. And then that's it on Panthers.
James
side.
Conner smash spot.
Absolute
James Conner's been doing really well, yeah.
And Trey Benson is out. DJ Dallas is going to be the 2nd string running back if you want to stash him. James Conner, I've said it all year long. usually gets hurt, unfortunately. But for all you guys that have James Conner that have been carried here, I'm pulling for you. So Marvin Harrison, though. I think we get a Marvin.
Yes.
I think we get a.
They're just
Marvin
gonna run the
Harrison
ball.
TD.
They're gonna run the
Yeah.
ball all game.
Yeah. Kyler said he's played in cold games before, and then I think they said it's going to be 35 degrees, and he said something, and then said that's very cold. So I'm going Cardinals win this game, though.
I got Arizona.
Cardinals.
Buda Baker just got
All
an
right.
extension. Next, Phil.
Rams versus Jets. Rams are currently favored by 3, 46.5. You know what I'm going to do here? Before we even talk about it, I'm going Jets. Jets are going to win this one.
Yeah, they're great at winning meaningless games. You know, they said, like, you've seen all the memes on X about the Jets whenever they're playing a game in December when they're already out of playoffs, and it shows, like, Tom Brady pumping up the team, stuff like that. We got an old NFC North rivalry, you know, quarterback game, Stafford and Rodgers. This game could be really good. Rodgers, the past 2 games, has put up some solid fantasy performances. I think Devontae Adams, you know, if you made playoffs with Devontae Adams, you look really, you know, you had an amazing run last week. I think it continues. Puka. Cooper Kupp has to bounce back this week. He's going to get involved. He's not going to go to another 0, right? So I think he's to get the targets. He only had 3 last. He only had 3 last week. He has to go up to at least 6 or 7, right? It's Cooper Kupp. What do you think, Seth?
Yeah, I don't know. Luckily, I had him in a league where I had a bye, but now it's making me really nervous. Like I'm debating like starting a tight end over him, but I don't think I can get myself to do it just because like he does have the capability of, you know, I think it's gonna be hard to overtake Puka's role, but Kupp does definitely have that possibility of taking over that role at, you know, at any given time. And he's had stable production outside of that goose egg, so I think you have to play him.
It's Cooper Kupp. I think you still, if he's healthy, if he's breathing, you play him. Anyone else? Yeah. Kyron Williams. I don't hate either quarterback in this game. So fire up your main guys.
I don't think you need to play them, but
yeah, well, I'm not excited about playing like a injured Patrick Mahomes or CJ Stroud. I think there's CJ Stroud guys still. Maybe not. He only had 11 fantasy points last week. But
yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right, so I took the Jets.
I'm going.
I took the Rams. I'm taking the Rams.
I'm going Rams.
As good as the Jets are, I wouldn't surprise me, but Rams are playing really good football. Beat the 49ers.
Did you just say as good as the Jets are?
Yeah, they played good.
What do you mean by that?
Have they won 2 in a row?
The Jets are awful, Trent.
Have they won 2 in a row? Yes or no?
Yeah, they beat the Jaguars and who else? Like, I mean, what do we? The Rams are actually good at football.
No, I know that, but the Jets always are good in December. It seems last year at this time, Breece Hall went completely off. You know, like they got to win. I think Rodgers wins out here. He's close to breaking the Jets' all-time passing record in a season. Like it's I think
get off your high horse, Jordan.
All right, whatever you say.
But no, I don't think they're like legit, but I think they're playing good football right now for the Jets. And you know, maybe I just
don't backtrack, man. It's so embarrassing.
I have the Rams winning. I have the Rams winning the game,
dude.
I think the Rams are one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now.
I love when Trent makes a point and then he just backtracks it. You know, whatever. All right, moving on here. We have the Patriots at Bills. Current total is 46.5. Buffalo currently favored by 14.5. Did you guys know that Josh Allen's fiance is the girl from True Grit in the newest iteration? Did you guys know that?
I did not know that. Wow. I was wondering if I had seen her in, like, I don't watch movies that much, but I did not realize that.
She was the girl who contracts with Rooster Cogburn, who contracts with Rooster Cogburn to go get the guy who stole the money.
Okay. No, very, very, that was one of your better facts there, Phil. Thank you for that.
Human interest story. I know you're a true, you don't even like the original True Grit, do you?
I don't like the original True Grit. I like the new one better.
It's okay. Yeah. It's only fine. It's not one of John Wayne's. It's not a great John Wayne movie.
It's the only award he had, though. It's his only Academy Award. They had to give him one.
Didn't he win one for The Shootist?
I don't think so. I think he only has one.
Okay.
I think he only has one, but maybe it's something else. Josh Allen. The only question is James Cook. Like the snap percentages are going down. Can Josh Allen start throwing to wide receivers not named Khalil Shakir? Like, I think you kind of at some point, if you're a Buffalo Bills coach, player, you love how Josh Allen's playing, but you just can't be like, hey, we're going to go into playoffs with our running backs being our leading wide receivers, right? Like, I think you have to get Amari Cooper involved, Mac Hollins, whatever it is you have to do, right? Or what do you think, Jordan?
Amari Cooper had 14 targets in week 14.
And
let me
0
just
last
pull
week.
these up here. Well, it's not even that. He played.
You think he's hurt?
46% snaps. I thought he played less than that. I guess. So Keon Coleman came back and played a ton. So like Shakir though played the least amount of snaps he's played all week. I mean all year. Mac Hollins played 50%. It was just like
they saw
Coleman
something
came
in
back
the Lions,
and played
maybe.
the most snaps.
Yeah, they saw something
I don't
versus the
know.
Lions and just we're going to use running backs. Not maybe next week, not this week. I don't think they need Ty Johnson to catch passes out of the backfield, but he's had some really good receiving games the last 2 weeks. So they keep that going versus the Patriots. I don't think they need to, but the Patriots have the best corner in the NFL. Is it Gonzalez? Is that his last name?
Yeah.
He put the clamps on Marvin Harrison Jr. last week. He's been, there was rumors that the Chiefs were going to try to trade for him a couple weeks ago. Like, he's really good. Maybe they do go back to like a Ty Johnson and throw him some passes.
I just think Shakir's the safest. He's in the slot. He's going to avoid that matchup. I think Shakir's your safest guy on the Buffalo Bills as far as pass catchers.
Ramondre Stevenson may be an okay matchup. Bills are not good against the run. And
problem is just going to get down, though. They're going to be down. They're going to have to throw, and it's just like...
Yeah, maybe Antonio Gibson then for a PPR play. I'm a huge Drake May guy, but I think I got to go Bills here. I don't want to play him in this matchup, but he might get there with garbage time.
Yeah, it's Bills for sure.
Bills.
Yep.
All righty, moving on here. We have the Eagles versus the Commanders. Current total 45.5. Philly currently favored by 3.5.
Do we getting full go 100% ready Saquon Barkley here, Jordan? Or
I think so. I mean, I know he's a little banged up, but this is a big game. I would assume he's playing.
Mm-hmm. Seth, how are you feeling about AJ Brown? You happy now? You okay? Like, what's your take? You hot? You cold?
Yeah. All these things where you hear about this team drama and stuff, I really curious to like actually how true they are. It's just like, sure, maybe AJ Brown's frustrated that he didn't have the season he had last year, but like, is he really that like frustrated? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what it's like, and like who knows what actually reports are true and what actually players are saying or not. But it's like, how much of this stuff is true, because it's like, I don't know, unless these guys are just so funny to where it's like now they got the ball, they're best friends again or something, but like, were they really not friends before that because he wasn't getting the ball? Like, no, just dumb, I think.
Terry McLaurin, Jordan, last time these guys played, he got shut down by the Eagles.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup. I think like Jaden Daniels is your safest. I think, just because I think he could have a good rushing game here.
Yeah, if you got here with Terry McLaurin, though, you got to fire him up.
Yeah, you're just playing him.
Yeah.
Was it last week where he dropped the two bad passes? Like he literally dropped a touchdown, a walk-in touchdown.
Yeah, he still had like 20 half-point PPR points though. Like he had a big.
Yeah,
game
no, but
still.
he could have had a huge game, and he dropped a walk-in touchdown.
He had that. Then he had the other one that he just barely didn't catch. It would have been a tough catch, but it was catchable. I'm gonna go Eagles on this one. I'm not going Commanders.
I got Eagles.
I had a guy. I had a guy talking to me. He said, "Are the Eagles the hottest team in the NFC right now?"
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go Washington actually in this game.
Okay.
I'm going Eagles.
Eagles. All right, moving on here. We have the 49ers at Dolphins. Current total right now is 45.5. Miami favored at home by 1.5.
This is the battle of the two biggest letdown teams in the NFL this season. You would have saw this game on paper, 8 weeks ago, 16 weeks ago, a couple months ago, off season, you'd have been like, yeah, this is going to be a fun game. There's be some points, all that good stuff. No, this is not what we thought it was going to be. You would not have expected that the Dolphins' number one receiver that you would want to play in this game, let's just say pass catcher, would be Jonnu Smith. Jalen Waddle, even if he plays, I don't know if you want to play him. He got hurt last game. Did nothing for your team. I guess Tyreek Hill had a really weird tweet today. Did anyone see that? Jordan, did you see that?
No.
Talked about coaching, right?
He said something. Let me pull it up here. He said something like "Coach has got to go" or something. Something's got to. It was a really weird tweet out of Tyreek Hill, though. But if you want to keep talking about the game or anything,
No, he said, "I got to go coach."
Yeah. It seems like a weird thing to say. Is that not a weird thing?
I think there's something to do with what he was watching. I think he was watching a college football game or something.
Okay. It's time for me to go coach, is what he said.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you just I don't know. He has talked about retiring soon, so I mean, I don't think he's a guy who's going to play forever. So,
49ers side, Garindo, Jordan, you firing him up?
yeah, I think you have to.
I don't think he didn't practice
You got to
today.
fire him. Yeah, I'm not super worried. Coming off 10 days, right? I think he plays on a week and a half.
Kittle, Debo, do not play. Probably
Absolute dud.
Yeah, he had triple the amount of points at Cooper Kupp though.
You know what's frustrating, Trent? I
Yeah.
was 1 year too late on the Debo dud. Like I think I talked about how bad Debo was, all like going into the 2023 season, and then he had a really good year last year, and then he's just been awful this year. It's just 1 year too early on that.
Yeah,
Is it the curse of punching your long snapper? Is that the curse he's under?
Well, no, but he's only been
was
like
bad
a
before
top 10
that.
wide receiver since like week 5. It was the last time. Like he just hasn't been good. But he's been worse since then. Can't even catch a ball. Like he might have had a touchdown last week that he just dropped. It would have been a big play.
Yeah, he should have dropped it.
I'm gonna go. Who do you think's
I'm
gonna
going
win this
Miami.
game? I feel like these teams.
I'm going
both-
Niners.
Sins here.
These teams are both really good at losing these games.
They want to lose.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 49ers.
What'd you say, Seth?
Oh.
I'm going
Miami.
Miami, yeah.
Going to Miami. Phil.
And you heard me, right? You heard me, right, Jordan?
Yeah, Niners.
Okay, cool. All right, moving on. We have the Titans at the Colts. Indianapolis currently favored by 4.5. Current total right now is 42.5.
I think that we don't need to talk about this game too much. I don't want to play
Nope.
anyone on the Colts.
Jonathan
Rudolph
Taylor?
is the quarterback
Wanna play him?
now.
The red-nosed reindeer.
Ever since Taylor's taken over, it hasn't been, or since Richardson's taken over, Jonathan Taylor's been kind of rough.
No, I know. He
So
dropped
I'm
the
going-
ball going to the goal line last week.
It was protected.
Oh,
Gosh.
That cost people. That cost people for sure.
what a dumb thing to do.
Oh, who do you pick in this? This is like a coin flip, in my opinion, almost.
You go for the home team.
I'm taking Indy.
I'm gonna go
I
Colts, but do we
am-
think Pollard plays, Jordan?
I don't know.
It's a good matchup.
So
for
Jordan,
Pollard.
hear this scenario, okay? I have Garindo, or I can start Tajay Spears.
Stop. Did you get?
Brando.
Is this for your last place league?
To go to the toilet bowl, yes.
Just go Garindo.
Please don't update us all weekend about this when we're in like real life matchups. and
Bill,
you're
who
doing
you
this.
take?
Second most.
Who you taking?
Indy. Trent, you don't understand the value of fantasy football has on a man's life, so just shut up.
I understand. When you told me that Tajay Spears had been on your bench the whole season, I was wondering if you'd ever listened to a waiver pod, but apparently you hadn't. But maybe this is the week you get the Tajay Spears play.
Hey, if you put out better content, I'd probably listen to it. All right, moving on here. We have
I hope a
the
bus goes right through your window.
Vikings versus Seahawks.
I wouldn't even edit it out. I'd just leave it and
The Vikings are currently favored by 3.5. Current total is 42.5. Hey, when you're that bad at your job where you're just like, honestly, you should probably just put my face on and dub your words over, because it's just like,
Is that with this haircut or with your new haircut?
No, I see you in that sweatshirt and it's like 110 degrees. You run the AC just so you can wear that sweatshirt. Like, dude,
No,
that's not good from the environment, number one. Number two, that's not good for you. So
cool, man. Okay. I don't even know what to say. I'm going to say Vikings look really
Hawks.
good. I like Sam Darnold, Aaron Jones, Justin Jefferson, Addison. And then JSN. I don't know what Seahawks running back situation looks like over there, but the Vikings are good against the run. So
Yeah.
JSN's really the only guy I want to play. I guess if Kenneth Walker suits up, I'd play him too. Charbonnet is good at catching passes. Vikings win this one. Seth, second favorite team versus favorite team.
I got Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Vikings here, just for the sake of me finishing out.
Stabbing Phil right.
Phil, I lost last week taking the Seahawks, and Sam Howell might be the starting quarterback, so I'm not picking the
Geno
Seahawks.
Smith practiced in full today, Seth. For what it's worth.
Okay, well, still Vikings.
All right. Here's the game that
that
Jordan's
makes me
been
sick.
Not what I
dying-
want, but
yeah. The game Jordan's been dying to talk about. Let us hear it, Phil.
All right, so we have Giants at Falcons. Current total is 41.5. Atlanta currently favored by 9.5. Here is a scenario, because I don't want to get into this too much. Like, I made fun of Jordan enough in our group chat talking about like, hey, they just paid the guy. They won't ever start another quarterback in the next 10 years or whatever Jordan said. It was kind of ridiculous and stupid.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I can't remember. I block it out of my mind because it was sheer stupidity. But this is what I said. In one of my leagues, I am going for last place. And as a proposition, I said, if I pick up Michael Penix and start him and don't lose, right, I actually win. Do I get to choose a aspect of the punishment of the guy who takes last place? I feel like that's a good bet, right?
No, it's not what they decided at the draft
No.
party. So no, it's stupid. Like, I don't think you
No.
deserve anything.
It wasn't number one. It wasn't decided at the draft party, but I said an earring. So the person who loses has to get an earring. And I said, if I pick up Michael Penix this week, start him and win my semifinal match, so I don't have to get one of the punishments, do I get to pick the color of the earring of the person who loses? I feel like that's a good side quest, right?
No.
Yeah, no, it's not. Like, I don't.
All right.
Cool, man. Hey,
Seth,
thank you.
you disagree with that?
I will never get that 30 seconds back.
yeah, I'm gonna go with Trent's 30 seconds. Not getting that back.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
kind of hoping
that's
your mic
disappointing.
loses power too. This game, can we play? I've had people reach out like, "Can we play Penix in this?
No.
Can I play Penix?"
No.
I'm like, no, like you cannot play Penix. But I do. I have had guys reach out and ask that. And I'm surprised. What about Drake London? We like Drake London. I think you can play Drake.
Yeah,
London.
I think it's you play Drake London.
I had a lot of hate.
Bijan, Drake.
I had a lot of hate saying now's your chance, your last opportunity to trade Kyle Pitts in fantasy football. Put that on X. And tffdudes and a lot of guys were like, the Kyle Pitts truthers all of a sudden came out of the woodwork. It's amazing. Like, I think they have his name on alerts or something when it gets tweeted. But I think you can find somebody crazy enough to take him. Do it. I'm going.
Neighbors, only Giant you trust, I think.
Yeah, especially now that Singletary's back in the mix there for the running backs.
I'm still
think
playing
Locke- I
Tracy
think-
for what it's worth, but
I think Locke just peppers Neighbors this week.
I'm going Falcons win this though.
yeah,
Falcons.
Hey, Atlanta.
All right, we're all going with Atlanta, Hotlanta. All right, we're moving on to Jaguar Raiders, the two worst teams in the league. Currently totaled is 39.5. Jacksonville, first time maybe ever favored by 1.5 this season. Jordan, since this is your team, I'm going to let you talk about it.
Mac Jones.
For what it's worth, I think the line moved. The line moved. It's like minus. I got the Raiders favored by 1. I looked at like 2 hours ago.
Okay.
So
Okay, my bad.
Mac
no, you're
Jones.
good. What about him?
No, I
Please stop.
I kind of like him. I kind of like him. He's
Um,
okay.
I think it's a
Ignore
good
him,
matchup
Jordan.
for like the Jaguars running backs, but like him, Etienne, and Bigsby are like in a 50-50 split. So it's hard to know who. Brian Thomas Jr. I think Brenton Strange is fine as a like a tight end filler. And then Myers it just sucks because like Ritter like can't throw the football, so it makes everything harder.
I saw
I might.
AOC. I saw AOC was maybe questionable today.
Yeah, that
to
makes
play-
me
to make
feel
a play?
better. Trent, I think I might be starting Alexander Madison this week. I don't really know how I feel about that, but this might just be the world I live in. So
Yeah, it happens. Crazier things have happened. Strange, Brian Thomas Jr. and Bowers. Those are the guys I really think you play.
would you start Madison over like Justice Hill or Kareem Hunt?
I think I'd play him over Justice Hill. Maybe not Kareem Hunt because Kareem Hunt's still getting a little bit of work. But who do you think has the best chance falling in the end zone? I think Madison has a better chance falling into the end zone than Kareem Hunt. I think
so
they give the
too.
goal line carry to Pacheco.
Especially against the Jaguars.
I'm going Jaguars win this game. Riding with
I'll just
Jordan.
take the Jags. I'll take the Jags. What the heck?
Private Malone, what do you got, Phil?
I'm going Raiders. Private Malone.
Great song.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders here.
Next game, Phil.
Private.
All right, I'm going Saints at. I'm not going anything. Saints at Packers. Current
Oh,
total
you
right now
said
is 42.5. Green Bay is currently favored by 13.5. I'm choosing Green Bay. This game, we don't even need to talk about this game.
Josh Jacobs,
Green Bay. Josh
Tucker
Jacobs,
Kraft,
match spot.
and maybe Christian
Trent.
Watson. I'm not playing Reed.
Would you go Tucker Kraft or Brenton Strange?
I might go Kraft.
It's got to be Strange, right?
I like.
Gotta be Strange.
I think Strange is the PPR guy. I think Kraft might be a guy who maybe gets a touchdown better. But the Packers are just going to run the ball the whole entire game.
Yeah, they're gonna
I
run
feel
the ball.
Oh, so strange. Strange times. Stranger things have happened. Seth, what do you think? We are losing Seth, and he's not even a time change. Seth, what are you thinking of? What do you think, Strange or Kraft?
I'm leaning Strange just because of what he did last week. I think there's too many weapons on the Packers to kind of the ball spreads around
Yeah, I
too
agree.
much. Whereas on the Jaguars, it's just Brian Thomas and Strange right now. I don't really like Mac Jones, but I mean he can get the ball to these guys, and they're playing the Raiders. Raiders are terrible, so.
All right, and I have my. I'm going Packers win this one. Anything else you guys want to say here?
No.
All right, Phil, you going Packers?
I was
Pack
wrong
City,
about
baby.
Jake Danner.
Pack City chick. All right, I am going to say that's all our games here. Phil, do you want me to give my hate list?
Yes.
I'll give it. All right. I'll take the floor here. This is my December all hate list. And let me know just what you think of this and if you think there's something I should add to this. December hate list. Number 1 out of 5. There are 5 of them. I know I got Jameis Winston riding the bench. We deserve Joe Burrow versus Jameis Winston. Honestly, this game should be primetime. If it was pay-per-view, I'd watch it there as well. So I like Jameis Winston versus Burrow. That's what I wanted. We aren't getting that. All right. Next on my list, Elf on the Shelf. Enough already, guys. I'm tired of seeing parents talk about this and all this stuff like, oh man, 3 a.m. got to move the elf. You did this to yourself. Okay, I have no sympathy for you, and I do not care. We do not care. You got to put all this stuff on there. There are some funny ones here and there. I will give you that. Like you can get pretty creative about it. I don't want to hear how bad your life is that you have Elf on the Shelf when you did this yourself. Okay, and then number 3. I think this goes just without saying. There's a guy I worked with had this happen to him. Porch Pirates, the real life Grinches, ruining holiday cheer. I don't like it. It's very sad. People go and stealing stuff off your porch. It's just a bad deal. I'll leave it at that. Fruit cakes, and I'm talking about the actual fruit cakes. The eternal re-gift straight to the trash bin. No one wants a fruitcake. You know, I think I've tried one. Usually they just look very old and not good. And then fake tree haters. I got a fake tree because it's practical and easy. A lot of hate for the fake trees. And I just don't think there's any need for hating stuff like that. But that is my December hate list. So there you have it, guys. I don't know what you think about it. I'm sure there's some stuff you don't like, but that's what I got. Phil, what do you think?
You forgot yourself, number one.
Okay. Forgot the reindeer antlers on your car.
Reindeer antlers on the car. Overpriced haircuts.
Okay. I think I'm going to do that every month. I'm just going to have a hate list and throw it in there. Seth, is there anything you disagree with?
I like real trees, but I mean, I'm not going to diss anyone for having a fake tree.
I thought you'd be like a Lego tree guy, maybe.
I just love how
I just think a real tree's fun. I think it's fun going to pick one out and stuff. But
it is fun going to
do
that.
Fake tree's fine.
Seth Trent said that hate list, and it was like acting like we were going to give him a standing ovation because of how awesome it was. It's like, yeah, standard list there, buddy. Like, I don't know. What do you want us to do?
I don't know.
He probably wanted to see us just in an uproar about a fake tree,
And then he goes, Seth, I'm thinking I'm going to do this every month. It's like, all right, well, go ahead. I don't know. What do you want us to do?
I seriously want you to take your fist and just punch your nose as hard as you can. Number 6, Phil. I'm just going to put number 6, Phil. He complained the whole night, like, guys, can we move the pod up? It's so late here where I'm at. Please, guys, I'm so tired. Seth's more tired than you are, Phil. Like, come on.
Doesn't count because you didn't put it on your original list, which is also a stupid list. Like, I could have come up with a better list literally on
Give me 2 things that'd be better than that, Phil, that don't include people on the pod.
Things I hate?
Yeah.
You're
only in
about
the month of December. Yeah. Only in the things you hate, Phil. The list I just did. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, I hate those blow up things on people's yards. I think those are dumb. It's a waste of time, and I think it's a lack of effort. They just want to take up more space instead of having to put up lights. Like, just put up normal lights. You don't have to put up a whole blow up.
The only problem with your take here is I would agree with you if you knew how to put lights on your house, but you have nothing on your house. And I will say Jordan's parents is the exception because I actually like their house. So that would be one thing. People who put up blow-up things in front of their house. It's Jordan, he's going after your parents. Don't let him backtrack like that. He's just like, since I put the solo cam on him, he's like, oh, shoot, Jordan's on this pod. Dang. All the space they're taking up there.
It's being lazy, and I know Jordan's
What is no lights on your... If putting blow-ups is lazy, what is no lights on your house?
You're traveling for the holidays?
Okay, what was last year's excuse? Or the year before.
Or the year before.
Back.
Yeah, do me a favor, Phil. Take your mic and drop it since you don't have a mic stand. There's a good idea. I don't think we need to go any longer and hear any more of this gibberish. I'm sorry for giving an open mic to someone here, guys. We will hopefully see you sometime next week. If not, Merry Christmas. Going to try to get something out, whether it's a waiver pod or whatever. Tough with the whole Christmas thing. Maybe do something quick. Go give us a subscribe at www.tfantasyfootballdudes.com. I'll at least get you an email, get you some posts there on X, all that good stuff, guys. And we will see you next time. And as always, guys, take care.
This has been another episode of the Fantasy Football Dudes podcast. Remember to rate, review, and follow. For more information, go to www.thefantasyfootballdudes.com. And remember, we are sorry for absolutely nothing.